This is Waifu News.
Good evening. In an interview with ABC News, Joe Biden is saying that he is eager to shut down the U.S. economy if scientists tell him to do so.
In order to keep the country running and moving and the economy growing and people employed, you have to fix the virus. You have to deal with the virus.
So if the scientists say, shut it down?
I would shut it down.
The problem with this, guys, obviously, destroys the economy, destroys America. And you have to wonder, is this just campaign rhetoric, or does he really mean this? And what about his handlers? I've been thinking about this a lot, and I realize that Joe Biden is serious, and the people behind him are serious, and making money actually has little to do with it. Here's an old quote from Jesse Jackson. "There is nothing more painful to me than to walk down the street and hear footsteps and start thinking about robbery, then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved." That was Jesse Jackson in 1993. There is nothing more painful to me than walking down the street and hear footsteps and start thinking about robbery, then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved. There's nothing more painful than not getting robbed. This is the story of America right now in Western civilization. When we think of the Dark Ages, we think about oppression, we think about ignorance, we think about lack of freedom. But the fact is that the modern age, the Enlightenment period, the modern world that we live in and take for granted, has its own forms of oppression. Those who created the modern world are envied. Envy is a painful emotion. Envy feels like oppression. When Jesse Jackson talks about how there's nothing more painful than realizing white people are not going to rob him, what is he really saying? He's saying there's nothing more painful than realizing that black people are much more prone to rob him. It's this Dark Age mentality. At that point, Jesse Jackson faced a fork in the road, guys. He could have either chosen enlightenment, or he could have chosen the Dark Ages. He chose the Dark Ages, guys. That's what they want for America. The video I showed you yesterday, a white man standing on his porch, a black girl screaming like crazy, saying that him standing there, just being there, being alive, being white, in his nice, safe white neighborhood, made her feel like she was less than human, okay?
What does your flag represent? It means that represents that I'm dead and that I'm not worth anything! So fight your flag! Fight your flag!
She projected her own inferiority onto white people, that white man, white civilization in general. There's nothing more oppressive than a middle-class white person existing in a state of contentment. The most powerful people in the world feel a sense of humiliation and pain every day, knowing that there are white people who are content to live humble, peaceful, quiet lives. The people who control Joe Biden are people who want to eliminate all the evidence of white people existing and being happy. The only way to make white people not happy is either to kill them or to subjugate them. But this happiness is so painful for so many people around the world. The Dark Ages, for all their problems, eliminated a lot of envy, a lot of pain. Jesse Jackson's most painful moment was not being robbed by white people. Think about it. So this new world order that they want to create is one where certain groups of people can be as ethnocentric and ethno-nationalist and primitive as they want to be, without any evidence of their moral inferiority. Answer me this, guys. Have you ever heard a person of color suggest that white people are the least ethnocentric people in the world? Have you ever heard a person of color praise white people for their general lack of tribalism and narrow ethnic nationalism? And when have you ever heard people of color criticize people of color for narrow, primitive ethnic nationalism? This is what's at stake, guys. Let me know what you think. Joe Biden will shut down the economy. They will. eliminate the suburbs. They will invade the suburbs. It's not about diversity. It's about jealousy. It's about destroying that which makes you jealous. It's about destroying oppression. The oppression of peaceful, happy, non-neurotic, humble people enjoying quiet, peaceful lives. Let me know what you think.
Right here is another example of white men feeling comfortable. I bet you've never had a struggle in your life. Ever. What does your flag represent? It means that represents that I'm dead and that I'm not worth anything. So fight your flag! Fight your flag!